We play Filipino music and interview guests from all around the world.
And I'll keep you updated on the latest Seahawks and sports news.
Kaya always tune in. Feel our radio every Tuesday, 1 to 2:30 p.m. Pacific Time on Rainier Avenue Radio.world.
And in YouTube and Facebook. Salamat po.
This winter, I don't want illness to get in the way of my holiday plan. That's why I got my annual flu and COVID shot. Everyone ages 6 months and older can get the flu and COVID shot each year. They make it less likely you'll get sick, and even if you do get infected, you won't get as sick. Free vaccines are available even if you don't have health insurance. For more information, visit kingcounty.gov/find-a-clinic. That's kingcounty.gov/find-a-clinic.
You know you can't get enough of Rainier Avenue Radio. .world.
Broadcasting here live on Rainier Avenue Radio. It is your host, Queen Bree. Y'all, I got some fabulous guests in the building. I almost forgot I was having a show today. We was over here just chopping it up. I love it when I meet people and it's just like you've known them forever. So before we get started, I just want to invite everyone to the Call to Conscious Museum that is opening up February 14th. So please go to calltoconscious.world for details and times for tickets. So calltoconscious.world for details and tickets. I'm so used to saying go to Rainier Avenue Radio.world, but you go to calltoconscious.world for details and tickets for the Call to Conscious Museum that is opening back up. For those of you who are not familiar with the Call to Conscious Museum, it is a museum that is set up here in Rainier Avenue Radio, and it is displaying all the beautiful Black history that has happened in our city. So please, February 14th, all the way the month of February, please come check it out. Also, to help us make better shows, please donate to Venmo at Rainier Avenue Radio or RainierAvenueRadio.world. Your donations help make our shows fabulous, helps us to be able to take care of things in the background. So if you love seeing me and all of the other great hosts on shows on Rainier Avenue Radio, please donate today. All right, I'm super excited to have my special guest. Now, I know you guys seen some of them on the screen as we were getting adjusted. This was just, we are in weird times, y'all. We are in weird times. And I just want to remind the world, you see us on here smiling and you see us on here talking about the things we're doing, but let's not ever forget the things that are going on in our country. I just want to give a shout out to all the families who have been affected by what is going on and what is happening with ICE in our country. This is not okay. We do not have to sit down and accept it. And I've been seeing a lot of things on the internet. People scared, people questioning God and where is he and what does this mean for us? And I think this country does good things by scaring us and making us fearful and pushing things out there. But don't forget that we have a voice. We have a voice, and this is not over, and we can still fight this. So you guys, make sure that you are staying connected to your community, making sure you're taking it one day at a time, and making sure you're taking time to steal away from what's happening out here in the social media and in internet and get out in your community and do some work. Everything starts right in your community. We start in our community and we work our way up. We are paying these people in this office to do a job, and we should be doing it. So call in your representatives and let them hear your voice. Everybody's voice matters. Black, brown, yellow, everyone's voice matters. Just because someone is illegal in our country does not mean that they get to be treated like they don't mean anything. Everybody deserves due process. So I know that got a little serious real quick, but I just really want to let people know that we got to start speaking out about this. You don't got to argue with people about what they think. You know, some people think this stuff is okay. Don't argue with them, but don't let them shame you, and don't let them take your voice away, and keep fighting the good fight. All right. So our special guests, we have Carita Hall and Omi King.
We met 5 minutes ago.
We met 5 minutes ago, y'all.
But we've known each other for a long time.
We've known each other. We've been talking like we've known each other for forever. Okay, but that's just how it is. Carita Hall has been a guest on our show previously, but a couple of times. She's bringing fabulous information about health, body, massage therapy, just community work. I'm gonna have her just give us a recap on the things that she does and has done. But it is so exciting to have you in the studio. Look at your little beautiful face in your hand right by your side. She's so cute. Because they have an event coming up, and I wanted to highlight it because when Carita sent me the information, I was like, this is what I need. But I wanted to come in here and dig a little deeper dive on what we can expect and what are we wearing, honey. But before that, Carita, tell us a little bit about what you do.
So I am Carita, as she said. What have we spoken of previously? We've talked about body work. We've talked about communal healing. We've talked about the reality of what it takes to heal, to start your healing journey. We've spoken on so many different topics.
But we started with
spirituality.
Massage.
We did.
Yeah.
We talked about spirituality.
Yeah.
But we did. We started with massage because that I've been doing for over 25 years. And so that's honestly where my journey began, right? With massage, taking care of my body. But now we are in this spiritual practice, and we are in the spiritual space where we're wanting to take our healing a little bit deeper, a lot deeper, and then share that, right, with our sisters, share that with the community that we've created, Omi and I. And with that, I will pass it to Omi.
Yes, Omi. Welcome, Omi. Look, all right. Omi is going to tell us a little bit about yourself and your background as well.
Okay. Well, my name, I have many names. I can give you the whole name, or I can give you the abridged version if you like.
Give us the whole name.
Give us the name,
Whole
what you
name.
like. My farmer always says, just don't call me late.
I know that's right. So my given name is Ianifa Omitosin Ifashadu Nifashewa Egbesheyun Fayemi Ipega Awoyade, Shannon King, daughter of Cynthia.
Okay.
I'm a priest in the Yoruba tradition called Ifa. I am also Reiki master, and right now I am the founding director and vision steward for Sacred Land Collective, which is a wellness and retreat center for us, by us, in Auburn.
And that is what we'll be hosting the event.
Oh, that's close to me. Nice. Okay, so like Carita said, we discussed a lot of things, but it all started with the body.
It all started with the body.
It started with the body because we've all been taught growing up, not all of us, majority of our community has been taught massage therapy is a luxury. And we don't know the importance of making time to have that for ourselves. And so Carita came on here, and we started talking about the importance of a massage, and then that
positive touch.
That just led into a whole bunch of other things, and now it's leading into even more deeper work.
Yeah.
So let's touch on that. Okay. So
the deeper work.
The deeper work. Yeah. Okay. So tell us.
So the deeper work. So Omi and I came into contact many years ago on social media. we started following each other on social media and reaching out to each other in that way. And about a year and a half ago now, year
Has
ago.
it been that long? It's been about a year.
Been about a year. We finally met up, and we met up on the land.
I love that.
And we instantly connected. And it was one of those things that I had already been in spiritual practice, Kemetic spirituality. I think we've spoken on that as well.
Before you go further, what is that?
Kemetic spirituality, that is African ancestral practice where we dive into the science behind spirituality and how eating, meditating according to the laws helps you dive deeper into your spirituality. So correcting the mind first. So we're going into the mind and making sure that in all the changes that we would like to implement, that it starts here.
Yes.
And so that is Kemetic spirituality.
Yeah, mindset matters.
Yeah,
and
mindset.
Yes.
And so through that, I learned how to meditate. With that, again, with meeting Omi and with her practice, we found a lot of similarities in how and how we believe. And with that, the desire to bring our sisters together in space and have safe space to heal became our mutual goal.
Nice.
And so with that, we want to, what we're doing on the 31st is creating this space, inviting women in so that we can start the conversation.
Nice.
Starting the conversation, which will lead into the practice, which will lead into the growth, which will lead into the healing.
Okay, so what practices are we leading into? Because you know,
I was waiting for you to ask.
Right, because you know, because like when people are just learning this stuff, and like I'm not saying I'm doing it, but I'm using myself as an example. I grew up in a church, so I know the church members like, okay, but wait a minute, you talking about all this African proverbs and healing spiritual, like what does that mean? And then you're inviting me into your space. So what is the practice?
I'm glad you asked that question. So for me, I am a priest of Ifa, and Ifa literally means the wisdom of nature. So you know, like the first thing we do is look at your outfit.
Right.
Okay,
What we was like,
thank you. Right.
Yeah.
And not even as judgment. For me, I'm like, oh, I can put that. Oh, I can put my tights under my jeans. Girl, I'm about to do that, right? Not to copy, but I know what, what works for me, right? So looking deeper into how you show up energetically. How have you dealt with the inner me, the inner, the little girl that wants to just do some bad stuff just because I can get away with it? You know what I'm saying? Right? So this sacred flow is going to be, it's not a healing space. It's a container to be able, or what we call a calabash, to be able to, for us, because now the healing is trendy, everybody's doing their work. Thank you to Iyanla. Iyanla Van Zandt is my master teacher. I learned in her institute and graduated as, I guess I call myself a spiritual life coach, spiritual advisor. I call myself the curator because I do all kinds of different modalities. But this isn't about religion. This is about Black women being able to be in space together, because the theory is Black women can't get along, right? And usually that's because we're not looking at ourselves. We're looking at you, and she said, and he did, and whatever thing it is. So sacred flow is a container for us to be able to be our full selves, talk about things that have to do with only us. You know what I'm saying? Those codes and things that we learned growing up to survive, now we can use it to like heal ourselves, and for people to create safe space to be what they can't be other places. You know what I mean?
I love that.
Yeah.
And I love the talk about calling back to self and calling back to the land, listening to what the land is telling you to call it.
Yeah.
We've gotten beside that, fighting over our beliefs, our religion, and who we are. And that is by design.
Right.
By design, we get caught up.
It further separates.
It further separates us because this land is not ours.
Right.
This land is for us on borrowed time. This land is for us to be listening and guiding. So I love that about this space.
And people are trying to own land, which is beautiful. I encourage it. Black people need to own what we built, right? But recognize that the land is the medicine that we need, right?
Yes.
Not just because we own it,
but
because my grandmother had a garden. She could go pick herbs, pick vegetables, give me, flowers. You know what I'm saying? We were at the florist yesterday picking flowers, and it just reminded me, oh, this is medicine too. Like being able to have these things for ourselves that you don't got to go buy. And if you talked about earlier how the healing in the world is happening right now. Like the world is chaotic. Not ours. It's not ours.
And we're fighting over
not ours.
That don't belong
to us. Like even when we, I was talking about money the other day, I was like, this is just made up stuff. And yes, we should take it seriously and understand it. However, we cannot let it consume us and take control of us.
Right.
Because that is what most people are fighting for: power, control, and land that they don't own and that they can't take with them when they go.
Can I make a point? I am appreciative of the fact, Omi, that you stated religion matters not, because that is for sure. That's what we're, again, wanting to call people in, wanting to call women in so that we can celebrate each other and heal each other together without the religious part.
And can you tell us what that means, that religion matters not? For the people in the background, they're like, oh, she's saying religion don't matter. And
Let me tell you something. My grandmother was an evangelist for the Lord.
Amen.
With a T.
Hallelujah.
Okay. She used to, part of my practice is I like to make the wisdom of nature, Ifa, practical. Right? How's it? Yes, I can study this. I can study God. I can study the God in me. But how is that going to help me when I'm up against some adversity, or when the people start, ICE and all the things start coming to my people? What do? One, we go out to the land because it's safe space. But two, how do I protect myself? I just lost my whole point of where I was going with that.
We're here for a couple more minutes, so you can find it.
Bring it back.
I be doing that too sometimes.
Ask me the question again. It'll come back.
Can you explain, what do you mean religion?
Religion.
Yeah.
What matters more? No, I won't say that.
You can say whatever you want.
God is, so where we're at, the sacred land, that's God to me. God is things that I couldn't create, that a man couldn't create, that just happens without me even being present. The trees, the grass, and in those things, you can, one, heal yourself, which is godly, right? Religion, outside of religion, so religion is one thing, is a fellowship and a ritual in and of itself, right? You go to church every Sunday, you read the Bible, you do the things that you learn to do in Christianity in the church. Ifa is about nature. So how can I connect with, and we also honor ancestors, right? You can say what you want about ghosts and goblins, but I knew my grandmother loved me and I can hear her voice, which makes her a spirit that speaks to me, which is to me godly. We honor ancestors. And we're all realizing now, well, I won't say all, but people are realizing now that we've always been honoring our ancestors. We just call them different names based on your culture, right?
Yeah, and you honor them differently based on your culture.
Right. Sacred Flow and Sacred Land Collective is about finding the God within you, your godly spirit, your higher self, your Christ consciousness, call it what you want. It's all to uplift you and help you be better on this planet so you can transition and go to heaven.
Ooh, that's some good girl.
Sorry.
No, I was like, as I'm listening to it, like, okay, we're going to have you back on because there is so much more to dig deep into, because this is true. Like, you know, even as me who grew up in a church and you grow up with these spiritual practices, but when you grow up, you realize that, like, even when we talk about, I've seen this clip of someone talking about the Bible and all this stuff. And I'm like, I personally don't think the Bible is a slave book. I believe that the slave masters told the slaves whatever they could when they couldn't read.
Yes.
And at this point, once we were able to read, it's our job to go back and read it and find it for ourselves. Because how is it a slave book when it's telling you how to combat slavery?
Right.
How is it a slave?
It's a resource.
It's a resource. And so as I get older, I'm starting to even redefine what this means to me.
Right.
But even in the Bible, when he created the first people, he created them in a garden for a reason.
Right.
And so I think it all, I mean, not that we're going to talk, this is why I want you back on the show, because I want to dig deeper into this. I want to dive deep because so many people need to have these conversations that it is okay to think outside of what we grew up.
Yes.
Because what you're doing is calling us back to ourselves and back to the land and back to nature.
And
your ancestors, which is, if you study more religions, which I had the opportunity to study a little bit more religions when I was in college, we're pretty much saying the same thing. And the land and the people in the community is the core of it all.
And the land doesn't change.
And the land doesn't change. It all says honor the land. Listen to the land. Take care of the land. So I'm super excited about this space. And I love how you say all are welcome. Religion doesn't matter. It's not saying no, don't have your own religion. And I stress that because sometimes people don't hear those words.
Right.
I want you to know I hear you. I'm just asking questions from me, even like having questions. Like I remember asking questions that was like, well, this isn't the Bible. This doesn't make sense to me. What is this? And then somebody get mad. And I'm like, I'm asking
That's literally what took me on my spiritual journey. In Vacation Bible School. They were asked, I started asking questions, like, and they didn't like the fact that a 7-year-old was asking these questions, and they were like,
because we got to be real. Some of that stuff sounds crazy. Like I remember, okay, I'm gonna say this thing, and we move back to your thing, but I just remember reading about in I want to say David, and he was like, kill the men and bring back their foreskins. I had to literally go and like I knew what foreskin meant. But I was like, no, let me go and look up the definition too. And so these questions are healthy because when you think about it, there's the yin and the yang, there's good comes evil.
Masculine and feminine.
Yeah, there's so much. Oh, I can't wait to have you back. However, there's the yin and the yang, there's good and there's evil. And we have to think that when we're discussing God, nature, what's happening in this world, God is God. He's been God. He's going to be God. And the good is going to happen.
Absolutely.
It is the human. It is the negative spirit that is causing this stuff. And us as human got to trust, believe in ourselves. But how can we believe in anything higher than us when we don't even know who we are?
That part. And that's what Sacred Flow is all about.
And so I love that.
Thank you.
Because everybody's feeding you things and you don't even know who you are and what you want. And so when we talk about honoring our ancestors and legacy, you know, we honor them, but then we also got to realize that we're taking on what they thought, and what they thought and wanted sometimes isn't who we are and what we wanted. But we can still honor them.
What we were told.
Just
like the rest of the world right now.
We're
learning that all of these constructs that we were told were one thing. It's like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
Don't smell right.
Right, child. Right. And so, I can't wait till Saturday. Y'all know I signed up. Okay, let's talk about it. Saturday's coming up. Listen, I love when I have guests like this. We got 2 minutes to talk about Saturday. What's happening Saturday? Where can they go? Where can they find the information?
Sacred Flow at Sacred Land Collective. You can look at sacredlandcollective.org. Now, mind you, the information for the actual event is not on there. It's on our social media because it's easier.
And you can follow us at.
Go ahead.
Okay. You can follow me at she_is_peace always on Instagram or Carita Hall on Facebook.
And then sacred_land_collective. .org on Instagram, and me, I'm Omitosin, OMITOSIN on Instagram.
And I'll post and tag you guys too as well if you guys want to go.
Thank you.
Saturday 1 to 5.
Oh my God, I'm so excited about this callback. This is what we need. And
we got an overwhelming response. So we had to expand our tickets. I mean RSVPs because we didn't sell any tickets. So you asked what we wearing. Dress for really comfortable. Yoga clothes or something, something flowy, stretchy, because you may be on the floor. Healing takes all.
Don't even do your makeup because you may be out there crying, spraying out
This is not I'm gonna see my girlfriend's brunch. No, that's not what this is.
All right. Well, thank you guys for joining us. Oh my God, Omi, I cannot wait to have you back on here. This is so exciting. I love how you guys. As we end out, let's talk about the beauty of what social media is and what it was meant to be, which is a connection. These ladies connected on social media and is doing something beautiful in this community for our people, by our people, and that is what we should be using our social media for. So I cannot wait to experience what's happening on Saturday. I need it after this month of January. But thank you guys for coming, and we'll see you guys next Tuesday.
Yay.